So far you learned how to work with React hooks as well as Next.js. Now with all this knowledge, let's go ahead and build a news app. This project will be similar to what we built earlier using React hooks and Hacker News API. However, this time we will be using Next.js so that the application is server-side rendered. So we will be using getInitialProps method, and you will also learn to integrate the search form. So user can type in different topics to search the news, and we will grab that information from the route parameter and pass to the getInitialProps. And based on the user's search query, we will be loading additional news as well. And I will show you a couple of tricks, such as handling multiple user inputs using the same handle change method. So this is going to be the final project, and this project will enable you to go ahead and start your own next big project using React hooks and Next.js. So let's begin. The very first thing you want to do is inside pages folder, let's create a new page. Let's call it news.js. Okay, and to begin with, it's going to have all these imports. So let's copy and paste here in the news. Okay, and then we can copy this as well, getInitialProps from the blogs in the news. First of all, let's create the function const news. Okay, return layout. You can pass the main title news, and let's create a div here, and here let's just give a title list of news, and we will be showing the data here, but at the moment we don't have any, so let's leave it as it is. And then we're going to use the getInitialProps. Okay, so let's make sure it is news, and let's also export default. Okay, so getInitialProps, we would like to fetch some news right from the Hacker News API. So first of all, let's change this to news so it makes more sense, right? Then we want to fetch the news from Hacker News. Okay, so https hackernews.algolia.com/v1/ we want to search, and the query will be React. Okay, so we will search the news based on React to begin with. Okay, so this time it's going to be news. So if we have the news, then this variable will have all the news here, and if there is an error, we would like to reset the news value to empty array, and finally we'll return news. Okay, now this getInitialProps return this news. Now this news can be grabbed in this news function as props. Okay, news, and here we can, let's write horizontal line, and let's just use JSON stringify news. Okay, let's add this link to the navigation as well. Let's go to nav, let's add one more link, news. Okay, so we have news here. Okay, we have empty array of news. Looks like we have the wrong URL. Let's have a look. Yep, so it should be /API/v1. Okay, so algolia.com/API. Okay, so make this change, go back to your page and give it a refresh, and we have all the news. Beautiful. And as you can see, all the news, they are wrapped inside this hits array. Okay, so what you can do is you can try console log to see the data here. Okay, so console log news. Okay, now give a refresh. You don't see anything here because this is the first load. It must have console logged in the terminal in the server side. Okay, so you can do it one more time. You can navigate around to different pages, come back here, and you see console logged in the client side. We have hits. It contains an array which has 20 news. Okay, and it has other information such as page number, Okay, so we can even use this page to load more news later. Okay, we will add some more features to this application, but for now we are interested only in the hits. Okay, so what you can do is, instead of returning news, we can return just news.hits. Okay, because that's all we need. So this way we have all the news. Beautiful. Now we can loop through all the news here. So instead of stringify here, let's loop through all the news. The news.map, use the map method. It takes function as an argument. Okay, so we get the news, we get the index, we have a paragraph here, give the key which will be index, and here we can write the news title. Okay, and we can even wrap this news title in the URL. Okay, so we get its news URL. If you have a look here, okay, we already lost it, but you must have somewhere here. Okay, so we get the URL as well. As you can see, its news comes with the URL. Okay, so we can use that. Let's use anchor tag, and the href, it's going to be news.url, and let's put news title. Okay, so this way we can loop through each news, display them in a paragraph, wrap them in an anchor tag with the URL. Okay, beautiful. Let's give it a try. As you can see, we have all the news and they are clickable as well. If you click, that takes us to that page. Beautiful. Now if you want to control this behavior so that the new page is not loaded on this tab but in the next tab, you can do that easily. So come here and just write here target equals to underscore blank. Okay, so with this, when users click on any of these links will open in a new tab. Okay, so if you try this, it will open in a new tab, but people can still continue browsing your application. Let's continue in the following lessons.